In the last 2 months, Mbappe has found his rhythm again, and that's definitely a positive for us. He's a player with a lot of quality. Madrid confidently won in the last round of La Liga, and in Valladolid, Mbappe was named the best player of the match. Next in this video, we'll break it down tactically. We'll look at all of the Frenchman's goals, and we'll find out who or what has had such a strong and positive impact on his progress in the game. Kylian. Give us a like, and let's get started. Vinny Jr. is out of the game due to suspension. Asensio played on the right flank of defense and had a really solid game as a young defender. Ceballos in the starting lineup. By the way, he has a 95% passing accuracy. Doesn't Ceballos remind you of Tony, who retired? That was the starting lineup for this match from Carlo. We didn't know this before, but now we can only admire. It turns out that Rudiger has been experiencing discomfort in his left knee for several months now. And for this match, he came out with a bandage, and it was really noticeable. It's clear that we have a lot of problems with injuries, but Antonio was needed in every match, and he needs some rest to avoid making the injury worse. At the same time, we admire, but on the other hand, we start to worry. The match against Valladolid was somewhat easy, but there was also an unpleasant moment. He's connected with Guler, who came off the bench. It was at a score of 2-0. Madrid pulled off a stunning counterattack. As you can see, right here, twice. A pass was called for Guler, but he was ignored both times. Of course, he was upset, but the fans supported him. Why don't they pass to him? Is this team just for playing Mbappe? The team is full of egos. What else does Orta have to do to get noticed? But there was of course another moment that stirred up a storm of emotions. That's a hidden pass from Guler to Modric, and it's a shame that the Croatian couldn't capitalize on that moment. No, Guler is something incredible. It was like with Ozil. This guy is too good, bro. I'm gonna pause here for a second. If you were wondering why. For the match, against one of the league's underdogs, Carlo once again didn't give much playing time to Guler and Endrick. I agree with you. We talk about this rotation so often, and we talk about it so much, when Guler or the young Brazilian are deprived of the chance to play and show what they can do. But if not against Valladolid, then who are we talking about? I want to ask. Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's check out the player ratings for the match in the Madrid Fans app. Download it, you'll find the link in the video description. We'll talk about Mbappe separately and at length. Here's a high score for Guler. Ceballos and Courtois also deserved high marks, but we should take a moment to talk about Jude. In this match, he provided the assist for Mbappe's first goal and also earned a penalty. So for Jude, that's 3 assists in the last 2 matches. He has 9 goals and 10 assists in 28 matches this season. And that's really cool. And you know what? Jude has more goals and assists, 38, than Pedri and Yamal combined, who have 36 at Barcelona. Combined, since the start of last season in the Spanish La Liga. Here's that assist from Jude and the first of Mbappe's 3 goals. Oh, preferir. As Valverde sees the field, movement without the ball into Kylian's free zone. Pay attention to this, we will add later, how Kylian and his game have transformed. And the chemistry between the players. Bellingham and Mbappe played it all out brilliantly and simply against opponents like Valladolid, or maybe someone else. Bellingham really steps up. That's a tactical nuance from Carlo. He pairs up with Mbappe. They have great understanding, and they're ready to tear apart the defense, even without looking. With any body movement, showing where to pass the ball. And here's the second goal. And here's Mbappe's brilliant run. Let's note the speed he's going at, and how brilliantly he moves into that open space. This is his prime form, no doubt about it. He receives a pass from Rodrigo and sends the ball into the far corner of the net. But let's also highlight what started this goal-scoring attack. This counterattack began with a great interception of the ball by Ceballos in a clean tackle in the center of the field. And it's just pure joy. That's brilliant. Jude earned a penalty late in the match, but Mbappe scored his 3rd goal. And that's first hat-trick, Mbappe in a Madrid jersey. His stats are 22 goals in 31 matches. 7 goals in the last 5 matches for Madrid. And he's, well, if not in crazy form, then pretty close to it. Mbappe took the ball with him. Everything's done by the book in situations like this. The teammates left their autographs. Kylian flashed the ball to reporters, and several messages were deciphered. Congratulations from Jude. That's understandable, but I really got a kick out of the message from Modric. A monster in pressing. Well done. Kylian Mbappe, a monster in pressing. This is, of course, irony from Luka Modric, but also a message, and perhaps a good message, that Mbappe will really improve in this component and help the team. Well, if we're being serious, Mbappe has really been looking better and better in recent months. Let's try to figure out what suddenly influenced this change in Kylian's game, especially since right after moving to Madrid, he was getting caught offside a lot, and under the criticism of the experts. We can look for some tactical nuances, but I would still focus on 2 very important factors that changed Mbappe's game. The first factor is functional readiness. Mbappe. Did you see how Mbappe moves around the field, how he makes himself available, how he cuts the trajectory, how he finds moments to take a shot? So, after that tough season along with the European Championship, after moving, he joined Madrid, but struggled. He wasn't ready for La Liga and Champions League competition. And many of his movements and many of his gestures, we could see how he wasn't just unsure, but how his body simply wasn't ready to handle all that load. All that competition from opponents in La Liga and the Champions League. Mbappe is lightning quick. His body obeys him. He is faster. He is a split second ahead of his rivals. He makes quick decisions. This is, of course, the functional readiness that Mbappe has improved over these half seasons, including thanks to Pinto's physical training. And how could Mbappe have reached such fitness without him? And the second point, which is also very important, is connected to the first point of functional readiness. That's what's going on in Mbappe's head. What was going through his mind when he arrived in Madrid? First of all, there's the adaptation to a new place itself. Secondly, there's the immense pressure from the fans, the expectation that he's going to start scoring a ton of goals right away. You could see the effects of that. On top of that, there are issues off the field. We remember these trials, the court cases with Paris Saint-Germain. We remember that trip to Sweden where he was accused of rape. On top of everything, Mbappe just wasn't well rested and he wasn't getting much done. It was really his mindset that was holding him back from taking advantage of the chances he had at the start of the season. Head is in the right place. Bat is calm. Moreover, Mbappe is confident. By the way, when Vinny Jr. isn't on the field, Mbappe really feels his leadership role, too. This is also a task for Carlo moving forward. What do you think about that? Also, let me know in the comments. One way or another, we can see that Mbappe is picking up some insane speed. This is really awesome for us, Real Madrid fans. And there are some really important matches ahead, big matches where Mbappe needs to truly show himself in this form. We're looking at the standings in La Liga. We see that Atletico has dropped points, which means the gap is now 4 points. But at the same time, Carlo is urging everyone to stay calm. We need to find a balance. We're playing well in the league, and they took advantage of that. But La Liga is so long that you can't think it's already over. Next, let's shift our focus to the Champions League. The final match of the main stage against Brest is coming up soon, away. I've placed my bet. Madrid will score a lot again. Madrid is going to score a lot again. They'll score 3 goals, most likely. I have no doubt about that. Our attacking line is in great shape, and the odds are pretty nice too. You see the promo code on the screen. Take a minute to register using the link in the pinned comment and get real money in your account. It's all very simple. They'll come in handy for you to, well, let's say, bet on a big win for Madrid or make a bet like I did. Total over 2.5 goals. Subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Goodbye.